Now, joining me on the line is Rhona Lucas, the founder of An Cat Dubh Sanctuary in Clare, a remarkable community resource that's home to around 150 rescued animals, from cats and dogs, donkeys, pigs, ducks and hens, funded through donations and even her own pension. Rhona's dedication is truly inspiring, and now she's taken on a new project, writing a beautifully illustrated children's book, which I have here in my hand, Benny the Cat, to help raise funds and continue her vital work. Good morning to you, Rhona.
Good morning, Alan, and thank you very much for giving me some airtime.
No, not at all. Thanks very much for being with us. So, I guess a big reason behind Benny the Cat is to help raise funds to enable you to continue to do the work you're doing at An Cat Dubh.
Yes, absolutely. As a registered charity, we're legally allowed to fundraise, and we need to, because we receive no government funding. So we're totally dependent on public support and my pensions. And every cent goes directly to the care of the nearly 200 animals and birds here. We don't pay salaries, we don't pay the volunteers' travel expenses. It's all focused on the care of the animals.
I have to say, fair play to you, Rhona. I hope you don't mind me mentioning you're approaching 83, still doing all this work at An Cat Dubh, and then taking on this book as well. And I wonder how long you've had the story of Benny the Cat stored away in that head of yours.
Well, he has been an inspiration, not just to me, with the socialising he does of the feral and the motherless kittens, and the care he gives them. But I mean, he has his own little fan club here, really. There are people who always, when they visit, want to see Benny. He responds well to human contact and to the kittens. He's less happy about adult cats invading his space, but lovely with the kittens. And he's overcome a huge number of difficulties himself in order to do what he does. And I think he's an inspiration to a number of adults that visit with their carers, who often, especially if they're on the autistic spectrum, have a special affinity with animals and can relate to Benny, I think, because they realise he's different, and that this was one of the reasons behind the book, to get the message across that if you have a disability or you're different in some way, you can still be useful. And it is really important to most people to feel that they are useful.
And a lovely sentiment to get across in this way, in essentially a children's book, and it's a real family effort. Rhona, you came up with the story, but your son has he was responsible for the wonderful illustrations on the book.
Yes, indeed. And in fairness, the bulk of the work was done by him, because the narrative literally took me 10 minutes to write, and it took him many hours. I mean, he's a very good illustrator. This is not his first publication, but we wanted to get Benny's eyes. He has very startling eyes, and we wanted to get his eyes right. He's in the UK, so he was constantly sending me pictures to say, are these right? My internet connection isn't the best, living as I do, surrounded by forest, roll on broadband. So it was very time consuming for him, but less so for me.
Well, Rhona, all that time wasn't put to waste, because Benny's eyes just elicit, very sad looking.
He's not sad at all, Alan. I have to say this. An early visitor to the maternity unit, which was where Benny was born, said, well, if he can't walk, wouldn't it be kinder to put him to sleep? And I said, we do not put to sleep humans who cannot walk. And he's one of the happiest cats here. He's quite despondent when all the kittens go, and it seems crazy to say it, but I need to provide him with a steady supply of kittens to keep him happy. That's not an invitation for everyone to descend on the sanctuary with their kittens.
Well, yeah, good to get that message out there. Well, look, Benny the cat, this is all to help raise funds to enable you to continue doing the great work you're doing at An Cat Dubh Sanctuary. Where can people get their hands on the book?
Well, at the moment, due to lack of time, I haven't been as organised as I would like to be. Currently, it's available from the sanctuary and from the cottage garden centre at the end of where I live. We work very well together. People dump cats. They either come into the sanctuary or they go to the garden centre, and the garden centre ring me, collect a trap, and the cats end up here. I am surrounded by forest, so it's very easy to dump animals here. And in the past, I've rescued goats, a donkey, and pigs from the forest that have been abandoned. I really can't manage large animals now, so it's kittens and small dogs that are abandoned or lost and straying. So
if people want to get the book, they can find it at the sanctuary. I think it's a tenner.
It is indeed, yes.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm looking for an outlet in Ennis, if there's any business there that would be willing to stock it, because otherwise we have to obviously add postage and packing to the cost.
Okay. Well, look, we wish you the very best with it. Hopefully it raises a lot of money to enable you to continue doing what you're doing there at An Cat Dubh Sanctuary. Well done on the book, and to your son as well. Rhona, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Alan.